Number 7, recap. Before we get started though, make sure you guys go over to the Vitamin D Tang channel. Link is in the description below. Hit that subscribe button. Every 10,000 subs, we're gonna be giving away a bowling ball. Coming in on 20,000. Let me know in the comment section down below on the Vitamin D Tang channel, what bowling ball are you gonna choose if you win? You let me know. Make sure you guys follow or join the Discord as well, because that's where I will contact you. So you let me know what your Discord handle is. I'll contact you. So it's a foolproof way for us to do it here. YouTube comments, there's a lot of scams and stuff. Don't be fooled. I don't give away bowling balls on YouTube in the comment section down below. It's always on Discord, so we're doing it over there. But anyways, this is gonna be a week 7 Pilgrims Columbus PBA Columbus Open PBA Ohio Classic. I don't remember. All I know is Pilgrims was the title sponsor. 15th place. Really good week. We bowled the maximum number of games without making the show. Block number 1 was really good, plus 278. Kind of lucked into it. You know, sometimes you just have to match up to the right ball at the right time. I know scores were really high anyways, which people are like, oh, you can throw whatever ball you want, but it could be the difference between a couple of hits that gets you shooting 270 instead of 240. I was very fortunate to shoot 800 the first 3 games, and then I bowled 250, 230 after that, and then I hit a tough pair. It was actually the TV pair. Nobody on my pair bowled 200 in the first set, and I finished with 180 to get to 270 something, 278. So I was a little frustrated ending that day, but we came back, refreshed. We bowled a bunch of 240s, had one 270 in there, and a 220 for about the same score. So I felt better about that block just because it was a little more consistent. But in hindsight, just thinking about it, the scores were the same. We need to learn how to treat them all the same, no matter how they finish. You know, if we have a good finish, cool. A bad finish, hey, this is where we're at. Nice. I was an 8th after the first block. I moved up to 5th after the second block. So I was on the show for a little bit, but we come in the next day. I had a little bit of surface on my Ion Pro Solid first block. I think that's why it was as good as it was, because it blended out the lane a little more. The second block, I didn't hit it, and I left a couple of wrap 10s for 240. So could have been close to a similar. Actually, I only bowled 250 the first game, the first block. So it was about the same. But the next day, I bowled 220 the first game. Didn't hit it with surface. A couple of 10 pins. The left lane felt really cliffed. My ball was getting behind it really bad. Almost 2-pinned a couple times. And then I bowled 150 the second game, which was a disaster. That pair wasn't that bad because the rest of my pair shot almost 800. I don't know if it was just me physically or my bar action was just that bad. I was putting myself in the wrong spot at the wrong time with the wrong ball. But whatever it was, everything was just wrong. Spent the next game kind of trying to iron out what I had going on. Only shot 190. And then I finished the block with 720. So kind of salvaged the block for a little under 100 over. So I went from 5th to 32nd. So the nice part about starting hot is even when you have a block that's not so good, you're still close. It's to where if you have a bad block to start, now you just feel like you're chasing the number the entire time, which puts a little more pressure on you, I feel. But going into the night block, I started with 579. I bowled 300 the first game, 279 the next game, and we were rolling. So I was pretty comfortable, pretty loose. Bowled 210 the next game, was in between balls, didn't quite make the right choice. And then I bowled 300 the next game. No, I had 240 and then 300. So after that, I was making the cut pretty handedly. And then bowled 220 the last game. It was probably the most hooking pair I'd seen the entire event so far. The guys were playing like 30 on that pair. I kind of was trying to figure out what to do, what balls to throw. The same balls I've been striking with weren't been so good on that pair. But we ended up qualifying 12th, I think. After the first, I don't really remember, honestly, but the next block, the cashers round, got to both Chris. We both bowled pretty good. I think we had a couple of 250 to 60 over blocks. It wasn't like a monster block. You know, in a normal tournament, 250 over is really good for 6 games. At this tournament, 350 over was a really good block. So a couple good blocks. I think we both got to the top. We were like right around the show at one point in that block. I think we were like 5th, 6th. And then the last 2 pairs weren't very good. We both kind of struggled a little bit. I think Chris was 8th and I was in 14th going into the last block. The last block just wasn't great. The ball that looked good game 1 all week didn't look very good. It just wasn't quite hooking down lane as much as it had been. It was flat-handed a bunch. So I was scrambling a little bit. Only 2 on the pair. So I was struggling to slow my mind down because I wasn't sure what to do. I did drill a phase 2 pearl at the break that I ended up throwing. I had 290 working with a few frames to go. But I threw a bad shot, big forward, and I wrapped a 10, punched out for 240. So even with 240, it was okay. But I made the flip, and then I threw my first shot, and we were on the end pair for the block of lanes we were using. The sun was hitting a vehicle at the perfect angle to where in my third step, I could see the glare. So that kind of caught me off guard. I didn't throw it great, but it hit the pocket, left a 7-pin. I was like, okay, that's weird. Go up there, shoot the spare. Same thing happens, miss the spare. And then it happened again on the right lane. So now I'm just thinking about that, which that's on me. Like I need to learn how to deal with that when things like that happen. But it was just kind of a mix of my mind moving too fast the first game, making the turn. That pair was also the worst pair out of the block of lanes we were using. I did end up making a good ball change. I missed once in the last 7 frames for 220. And then I go to the next pair. Just in ball great game, ball 210 again. I pretty much needed like 880 the last 3, which wasn't entirely out of the realm of possibilities considering Frankie shot 898 for a 3-game stretch. But I ended up on 170 on the right lane, was giving me problems. 2-pinned 4 times and I 4-pinned once. So I was already kind of in the shipped it in mode. I was a little frustrated, I didn't really give myself a chance. So even in those situations, I feel like you got to figure out what you need to do and just work through your process, just like when you're bowling good. I didn't do it that block. I went 130 over, which when the scores are that high, that's not a good block. But I finished 15th, so highest finish of the season. Yeah, it was nice to build off the week before. Bowling good at the Masters. Scores were high there too. I lost to 780 and 750. At that point, it's like, okay, what are you gonna do? I wasn't really close. I bowled 690 every match except for one. I don't think bowling 690 every match was gonna get anybody to the show. So we needed to find 780 at some point. Just never really did. 2 good weeks. Hoping for another one. I think this week is gonna be tough. I heard this house is nice on the left side of the lane. Not good when you have to try to hook it on the right side of the lane. So that doesn't bode well for the right, but we're gonna try. If we can get to the matches, you never know. Let's try to make another match play, win some matches this time, win a match this time. 0-7 against Kaiko this year. So that's not great, but the season's going much better than last year so far. First full 2-handed season. Currently 38th in points. If we can be in the top 32 by the end of the year, that would be splendid. As long as we keep our eyes set on winning one, should be a problem. But Chris made the show. Beat the best player in the world, gave him 290, finished 4th? 4th. 4th is a good week. I know it's not the goal intended in mind, but still a good week. Good week for everybody for the Bold DMC squad. Mikey just missed the top 16. He finished 17th. He made more money this year than he did his last year on tour, so that was actually kind of cool to see. And he knows he's bowling good right now. He just doesn't want to bowl on tour, which is unfortunate. But if this video gets 5,000 likes, maybe we'll have to hit up Mikey and go, hey, this video got 5,000 likes. It's time for you to come back. Because I miss sharing a bed with him. I really don't. I don't. One time he dropped the hammer on me and I was in pain. That was a long time ago though. It was in Junior Gold. But yeah, we used to share a bed on tour. Fun fact. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you guys made it this far, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And the real ones, you know who you are. The fake ones, you also know who you are. And yeah, we'll see you in week 8. You're Rochester, New York. Bye.